So this homework will not be on tomorrow's quiz, okay? But it is new. So go and see if you can follow along. You're going to grab your, well, first of all, the T stands for translation. So we know the final answer is going to be the same triangle, just slid somewhere else, right? Just moved somewhere else. So the arrow tells us where it's going to get moved to, but here's how we do it with a compass. So grab your compass. You're going to measure the length of DF. So I'm going to go super slow for Thomas, and I'm going to mark things off. So after you measure, you're going to mark off an arc for each of them. So I'm going to mark off an arc for B. I'm going to mark off, without changing my setting, an arc for C, and mark off an arc for A. So that's the first step. And again, all I did is I measured the original vector. Would you agree at some point somewhere on here we're going to have an A prime because that came from there, right? B prime and so forth. Okay, so I'm going to erase that. And now how did we actually find it? So I'm going to, if this cooperates, I'm going to measure from D to A. Just measure. So let's see if I can do this. So all you're doing is measuring. Okay, I finally got it. I measured from D to A. Without changing my settings, I'm going to slide this to F and mark off an arc. That's A prime. That's the location of A prime. You can probably predict the next state, next guess, or the next step. I'm going to measure B. Well, I have to measure from B to D and then slide it down. That's the only way I can get the right location. So once I measure this one, I'm going to slide it down again and mark that off, and that tells me the location of B prime. And repeat the process. I'm going to measure from D to C, and then slide it down. C prime. Now that I have the location of all of these, I'm going to connect my vertices. And you don't have to do this, but if I were to get rid of all my clutter, I think you would see that this triangle perfectly got moved down that distance in that direction. Good? Okay. Definitely. We're doing one more. They're all the same level. Yeah.
Does the arrow on F mean anything?
Yeah, it means it moves down. So the question was, does the arrow pointing down mean anything? Absolutely. It means the answer has to move down. Okay, number 2. I'm going to pause the video. Go ahead and try number 2. Okay, I'm going to start catching up again. So once I've measured this distance, I'm not going to change it. I'm going to mark, and mark. Next, I'm going to put the sharp end at A. And I'm going to start measuring things. Like, I'll start with, oops. I'm going to measure E. Okay, now that I have E, I'm going to slide this here and mark off the location of E prime. Repeat the process, put at A, Measure to F. Slide it over. That's the location of F prime. Measure my D. That's D prime. And finally connect it. I'm going to use blue again. And we get an exact copy that's been moved over this vector AB. It does matter, the direction of the arrow does matter. So it's pointing to the left, so your answer must be at the left. See how it's consistent here? A with B has the arrow. Cool deal? Okay, let me pause that again. Yeah.
Does this just move like the triangle or shape, whatever it is, as far as the line is?
Yes, a translation, that's exactly what's happening. Nothing changes, the same orientation, same length, it's just got moved.
So it's
Uh-huh.
however long the lens is.
Yep.
What is that?
Yep. Nick, what's up? I'm going to measure H. Slide that over. That's the location of H prime. I'm going to measure G. Slide that over. And measure F. There we go.